Hi, Gemini. This is Jess with your September mid-month reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So, Gemini, I definitely want to say that this spread is kind of coming up for some of you guys that are affected by the hurricane. Um, I didn't see it in the other spread, the other two spreads, but I'm seeing it in your spread. So, my condolences to all of you that this have affected in very traumatic ways. So my condolences to you guys. It looks like, just very briefly for those of you that are affected, it looks like basically, clearly, you're picking up the pieces. You're going to be okay. Things are going to work out, but it's going to be a process. But this isn't anything like, I'm not saying anything groundbreaking, right? But I'm just, I guess, confirming maybe what you've been told or what you feel inside. It's going to take work to get back to where you were before, and some of you are going to have to leave. Some of you may have to depart. Like if you're you're a married couple, uh, your mate, your spouse, your significant other may have to go stay with people, may have to leave while you stay. Gemini men, Gemini ladies, the male. Stay and kind of rehab the place. But I do see for some of you, there's going to be some departing of ways just for a period of time until you can kind of like get back through. Others of you definitely look into some type of representation. Don't just come back and say, okay, everything is fine. You may need to either file insurance. And I know that that's a lot of issues for some of you, but there may be some actions, some aid, some type of counsel that you can get. So seek it. Seek every resource that you possibly can. Don't just, come back in and just, pick up your pieces all by yourself. Find out what type of aid and resource could be out there for you, because it looks like there will be someone that can kind of help you guys monetarily or through the process. So keep that part in mind. Now, that being said, onto the rest of the reading. It looks like some of you waiting for money. You figure out a way to either get the money that's owed to you or how to increase some income. So you found a way to increase your income. It looks like it yielded a little bit more money, but at least it did yield some money, some extra money for you. I do see that there's a huge change. Some of you could be dealing with a passing of someone. Someone could have passed away. Excuse me. And I do see that you may find solace in work. For those of you that is experiencing a passing of someone, you may find solace in work. Okay. Getting back into the thick of things. Again, it's going to take some time, but things, you have to move on from it. And I don't mean that in a harsh way, so please don't take it in that way. I don't mean like you just have to move on from it. As time moves on, then progressively you have to move with time is what I mean. Okay. So my condolences for those of you, and I don't feel like this is necessarily that related to the hurricane. I just feel like this is something completely different. Others of you, I do see that there's a change. You have to let go of the circumstances. So now you're trying to, again, get yourself back in place again, trying to get things back on track. I do see that there's going to be an opportunity coming up. Some of you could have recently left a job ended, that sort of thing. And now it's like almost immediately you're starting a new job. Okay. Some of you could have decided to leave that position and move on to a new opportunity, which looks very favorable for some of you. It may be at a distance, so you had to, again, leave your family behind for a bit. That's what it looks like, but it will be for the betterment of you guys on a financial level. It looks also like this is going to be, the remainder of this month will be one of trying to rebalance yourself emotionally, getting to a place of peace for yourself, coming up with new strategies of making income, and perfecting, mastering some sort of new element that you're implementing into your business. For those of you that have your own business, so you're trying to learn a new skill, you're trying to implement a new way of being, and you're testing it out. You're being repetitive in the process so that you can perfect it. You may have to pay some money out in order to get equipment, that sort of thing. But I feel like through this new thing, it's kind of gaining a sense of confidence within. And I feel like you're going to be able to kind of leave something else behind. So if you're implementing something new, you may see that this is taking traction, and therefore you'll be able to leave something behind down the line. It looks like as we get into the last week of this month, some of you may be experiencing some financial issues, or just feeling you may be frustrated with this new process that you're trying to implement in your business. Again, it could be, because you spent out too much money, or spent out money again to get the things that you need, or you may feel a bit frustrated with it. With the process, may be a little bit frustrating, and some of you may feel like, you know what, I'm gonna just have to leave this alone right now and focus on what I know, and then just go back to that some other time, is what it looks like to me. And that'll work out for you. If there are any money woes, I feel like just because you guys have come up with a way to get some more money doesn't mean that, oh, okay, a couple of dollars came in now and then I'm gonna be set. No, you're gonna still feel like you don't have what you need come by the end of the month. But I feel like you're gonna get clarity, and things will start to improve as time goes on. So that new idea, that new thing that you implemented, it looks like, again, it's a process before you can really see, I feel, the level of income that you want, and sometimes you still may not be clear as to, is it worth implementing this new thing? Was it worth the effort, whatever effort you put in for something? But it's a process, so it's going to take some time for you to fully see the benefit. As it relates to love, it looks like some of you definitely have ended a relationship ended. Some of you had to walk away from a relationship. Some of you, with walking away from a relationship, it looks like the person left. And now it's like the person may be back by the time you get to the end of the month. They're back. They don't want to leave you. But you may be already on to something new. Like you may be already have made peace with the situation. It's like, no, it may not be a new person, but you may feel like, you know what, your approach to it would be one of being logical. You won't be emotional about it. They won't be able to turn you on and excite you. It'll just be very logical. Like, no, I think this is best for us. Excuse me. And you're going to communicate in that way. And through that, you'll already have like your healing through the situation. So you'll be doing okay through a breakup. For some of you, now this could be happening to you, or it could be you doing it. Others of you, I feel like there could have been a change in a relationship. You're trying to work things out. Could be through some form of a crisis that you've bonded a little stronger with your mate. Okay. So through some type of a crisis, it looks like you and your mate need to apart, because that's what I'm getting. Like, there may be circumstances where you can't physically live under the same roof, or you may be temporarily separated from each other. But even in that, there's going to be a bond strengthened because of this change. And it could be that you could be experiencing, you or your mate, that someone's recently lost their job. So now you guys are having to deal with the transition of like someone has to take up the slack with the financial aspect of it. Until that other person can kind of get back on their feet. But it looks like that will happen as time goes on. So that's what I have for you guys for your remaining of your 2 weeks. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. You guys had a very mild reading compared to the first two. So that's good. But it's very heavy in some type of huge change that has left you guys in a having to pick up the pieces, or you and your family having to pick up the pieces, you and your mate. So that's what I have for you guys for the remainder of the 2 weeks. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. If you would like to share with us how it has, please do so in the comment section below. If you would like a personal counsel with me, I can be reached in the description box below, as well as the beginning and end to this reading. And if you're new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Geminis.